Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Think Future. My name's Calabucas, and once again, we're coming at you live from deep in the heart of Silicon Valley, California. We're talking innovation, startups, the future. Once again, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue talking about innovation. Not necessarily those, and not necessarily in that order. If you're watching on YouTube, smack that bell, or subscribe and smack that bell, and you'll get notified when a new show comes online. If you're listening on your favorite podcast service like Apple Podcasts, please subscribe and drop us a note on Apple Podcasts if you like the show. Why did I say us? It's just me. Here we go again. Here we go again. Now, I'm a futurist, and I consider myself an optimistic futurist because I look at the future and I say to myself, yeah, sure, I could look at how horrible things are going to become, how awful things will happen. And there's plenty of futurists out there who are all, look how horrible this is. Dystopias are all the rage, right? Dystopias are all, we hardly ever see utopias anymore. It's always, isn't this wonderful? We present a utopia, and then there's some really dark thing underneath to make it look really, really bad. Really, really bad, right? For some reason, it's really, really de rigueur right now to have dystopian futures, that things are going to get worse. Oh my God, things are going to get worse. If it's not climate change, it's more viruses, it's more this, it's more that, blah, 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 blah. And the thing is that I think is really funny about this is that all these people who are proposing how things are going to get worse, and they call themselves futurists, don't understand how the future works. Because if we go back in time and we look at the future from the past, we realize that a lot of the things that we said were going to happen that were horrible, horrible things didn't happen. Why? Because human ingenuity came in and figured it out. Whenever the horrible thing is in front of us, say, for example, talking about autonomous vehicles. I know there's plenty of futurists out there who talk about how 2 million jobs, 4 million jobs will be lost due to autonomous vehicles. But they only think about the current jobs. They don't think about the jobs of the future. They don't think about the jobs that will be there past autonomous vehicles becoming available. Because every time we've had a new technology turnover, every time we've gone from the industrial age, to the information age, to this age, to that age, there have been harbingers talking about how horrible things are going to be in the future. Because they're looking at it with the lens of the present or the lens of the past. They're not looking at it for the lens of the future. And the lens of the future has always provided more opportunity for human beings. Now, for some reason, some people think that AI is a completely different beast, and it's going to change all of these things, and we're definitely going to see a jobless future. Yeah, we might see a jobless future, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we see a terrible future for humans. Because a jobless future and a terrible future aren't necessarily the same thing, right? They're not necessarily the same thing. Because what is a job? Maybe a job will no longer be a job conceptually. In fact, we're seeing that right now. A job is not a job conceptually, especially during this great resignation where people are looking at their lives and they're looking at impositions by companies. They're looking at all sorts of impositions by companies by having to work in the office or taking vaccine mandates or whatever. They're looking at all these impositions by their employers and going, I don't want to do that anymore. I think it's better for my life to do something else. Maybe we will have a jobless future, but maybe a jobless future isn't so bad. See, there we go again. I'm looking at jobless as being a horrible thing because if we look at joblessness of today, we think, oh, that's awful. But in the future, joblessness might be par for the course. Maybe the concept is not a job anymore. Maybe it'll be a task. Maybe it'll be our creativity. Maybe it'll be ideation. Who knows? But every time in the past, something else has been invented by us ingenious humans to be able to figure out how to turn things around. That's why I'm the optimistic futurist. I know that the human beings, if we all decide to go in the right direction, which is creating things that improve the human race and not fighting amongst ourselves, then I know that things will be better. And there's a few sociologists and individuals out there who are saying that now. I mean, look at Steven Pinker. I like Steven Pinker. If you read his stuff, he's basically saying things are getting better. And they've been getting better for a long time. And sure, there's a lot of hue and cry in front of us, which makes it seem that things are getting worse, but things are getting better overall on a foundational level. So that's why I have optimism. And I have optimism because I can see that if people just forgot about the horrible things that are happening today and look towards improving humanity, to make our lives better and the lives of every other human better, then we'd all be aligned in the direction to do just that. And we would stop fighting amongst ourselves and saying, hey, what can I do personally to improve the lives of all humans instead of some humans or a small portion of humans or a particular kind of human? Why can't we all work together to improve the lives of all humans? That's why I'm optimistic, because I think we all just need to have that change of mindset to understand that we're not trying to exclude anybody. We're trying to improve the lives of everyone. Everyone. And I think if we all look towards improving everyone's lives and not looking at specific types of individuals and saying, oh, we got to help these kinds of people as opposed to these kinds of people, why not just help people in need? Why not just propose solutions for people who are in need, that we can delight them, we can improve their lives, we can do them better, we can improve life overall for everyone? Because I think we're getting to that point. We're getting close to the post-scarcity society. I think we're getting really close to the post-scarcity society because as human beings, we're creating problems that we don't need to have. We've solved many, many problems. And instead of moving forward beyond those problems that we've solved and solving the rest of the problems, we seem to just get mired in the things that are happening in the present and the things that happened in the past. And we bring those forward and we get stuck in them again. Instead of saying, you know, that's the past. Let's stop dealing with the past. Let's deal with the future. Let's deal with where we're going next. Let's deal with where the human race should be going next, as opposed to what it did in the past. Let's go in the right direction towards improving the human race, all humanity, instead of trying to dredge up the past and talk about a possible future where things are awful. We have full control over our future. We have full control over what our future is going to be like. And if we don't work towards a positive future for everyone, then maybe these dystopias that all these people are talking about will come to pass. But I have faith that humanity will turn itself around and say, you know what? I want a more positive future. I don't want to live in this dystopia that we keep hearing about. I want things to be better, and I will work to make things better, because that's what we all need to do. We all need to work to make things better, because the future is the only thing we can change. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.